What's up, everybody? Sean and Miguel here at Diamondback, and we are back at it again with part 3 of the Pawn Shop AK. I am super duper excited about this project because this is my gun and my toys, and I can't wait to have somebody else do all the work for me to make it super awesome. So, that being said, we have done part 1 that you guys have all seen. We introduced this firearm, we compared it to a new Wasser 10, we talked about the stuff we want to get out of this gun. Then you all saw part 2. Part 2, we took it out to the range in its stock configuration and we ran 10 bill drills with this gun, stock selector, stock trigger, everything like you see before you at this very moment with one of our most esteemed shooters and our director of training, Mike, who also is a competitive shooter. So let's talk about these parts, Miguel. The mailman came and I want to begin at the beginning. So we're starting from the front to the back, right? Or at least I'm going to assume that's some type of pattern that you're going to be working on.
Sure.
So for our muzzle brake, we are installing the Manticore Night Brake. I selected this brake, guys, because 1, it was $70, and 2, it got great reviews from a bunch of reputable gun bloggers and periodicals out there in the internet land. So, there we go.
Right
First thing for your toy box.
Cool.
Next thing, guys, we have our light mount, which is going to be attached over here, and our light that's running off that. This light mount itself came from Kyber Customs. It's one of my favorites, and it was $45 reduce.
Nice. Right on.
Our light here, guys, this is a nightstick, polymer bodied. Not a super cheap light, but also not something I'm going to say is Gucci either. This is a $50 light. You can get them on Amazon. I've had this for years and years and years, and it has held up to everything I've thrown at it and ran it on a different AK.
Nice.
Light. Next up, we have our selector. We have a Krebs selector here. This is the Mark 7, which as a left-handed shooter allows me to toggle the safety on and off with my left thumb. Something that I think is a must-have upgrade if you're that lefty running an AK. The selector, $67.
Nice.
Next up, we have the ALG AKT UL. This is one of my favorite triggers, guys. Pick this up off their website right now. Going rate for this thing is $140. All you.
Right on.
Cheapest part we have for the build is our internal recoil buffer. This is made by Power Custom. This was $8.
Okay.
Expensive part, but something you don't want to skimp on next, guys. This is the Midwest Industries rear biased side rail attaching optics mount. It'll come up over the dust cover, but this is what we're going to be mounting our new red dot on. So really cool part, feels really good, not super heavy, and we're trying to avoid adding too much weight to this gun, so this is right up our alley. And with that rear bias, like I said before in part 1, I have bad eyes, so this will make my life easier.
Right on.
Hell yeah.
Good choice.
Next, we have our Hollow Sun. This is the optic I have chosen to run on this thing today. This is the 510C in a black housing with a green reticle. So, in my opinion, I don't know here, Miguel, I haven't asked you too many questions so far. How do you feel about Hollow Suns? Kind of like the minimum rugged industry standard?
100%. Yeah, I always recommend people buy Hollow Sun or above. Don't go below Hollow Sun in quality. Bang for the buck. This is great. I have sent very few back to the manufacturer to be repaired. Very few in comparison to other budget optic brands.
Good. And I'm glad I chose this one.
Yeah.
So, if I forgot to mention it before we put that optics mount away, that was a $168 reduce. This Hollow Sun right here ran me $339
Nice.
for your toy box. And last, but certainly not leastest, we have the Amazon Special Soviet knockoff $11 recoil pad. This gives you all of the stylings of Soviet Cold War butt pads and none of the collector value and, you know, doesn't break the bank.
Yeah.
So extends that length of pull and eats some of that recoil.
Sure, right on.
There you go. So
cool,
guys, we said in part 1 we want it to come in around the neighborhood of $1,500, and that's including the gun. So let's break down those prices one more time. Pawn Shop AK, $700. Muzzle brake, $70. Light mount, $45. Light, $50. Selector, $67. Trigger, $140. Recoil buffer internal, $8 reduce. Optics mount, $168. Optic, $339. And the recoil pad, $11. That brings us to a grand total of, drumroll please, Miguel. Whoa! $1,598.00. Now, shipping and tax not included. But that being said, we came in at that price point, guys, and just as we mentioned in part one, there's some really hot AKs out there starting at the $2,000 mark that you're still gonna need to tricksy up anyways.
Yeah.
But Pawn Shop AK, can we do all those cool things? Can we compete with it? And can we use it for home defense with a measurable increase in performance after these upgrades? So Miguel, I'm going to leave it with you. But before I do, the first tweak we made to this firearm is we disconnected the stock sling from its front sling mount, and we turn this into a very fetching 1-point sling. So you can hang this over that shoulder and allow the weapon to hang freely. So I'm a 1-point guy myself, and it saves us some money. Very cool. Oops, our patch fell down. So before I break anything else, good luck. We'll see you downstairs.
Thank you.
Welcome back to part 3 of Pawn Shop AK. I have our good old friend Miguel here with us, and we're going to be adding some upgrades to this fancy little Wasser 10 right here. If you want to go through what we got lying behind you.
Sure. First.
Hey guys, welcome back. We are just recapping our part 3 of our Pawn Shop AK build here. So next step is we're gonna go take this thing out and we're gonna record some measured numbers. We're gonna shoot 10 bill drills. We're gonna run 60 rounds of ammo through it with one of our competition shooters, Mike, who's also our director of training. Nice. Dude, you killed it today in the gun room. You got this project done in what, like an hour?
Yeah, give or take. Really, the trigger fitting needed the most work. A lot of these parts are drop in or drop on. With the right tools, you can get it done pretty quick. But the trigger fitting, yeah, that's going to take a little work from probably a real gunsmith or...
And that's you know? Yeah. Like, you're doing the part that somebody at home would probably hang up on for a sec.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, Miguel, I talked about this with you out the rip, the stuff we were going to do to it. So why don't you just recap with me everything that you did today in the gun room?
Sure, yeah. We installed the Manticore muzzle brake. We got our flashlight and flashlight mount on. We have a new ALG trigger, and that comes with or interacts with your new Krebs safety, your Midwest Industries optics rail, and your Holosun 510. New butt pad, and I can't forget the recoil buffer.
So, in your opinion, man, I know you go out and you shoot from time to time.
Yeah.
Just a knee-jerk feel. With these upgrades, do you imagine that we're going to see market improvement with this gun over its stock form?
For sure. I mean, if you're speaking in terms of speed, especially with a fast shooter like Mike, you're going to see improvement. I mean, just the butt pad and the brake alone, that's going to give you grip and a recoil reduction. And if you are used to using this type of sight picture, you can really get on it. Faster.
Hell yeah, dude. This is super fun. This segment has been super exciting for us so far, guys. Miguel, a big thank you to you again. And once again, Diamondback Gunsmithing. I mean, not just the public is coming in here and soliciting our services, even us, the employees. We rely so much on each other for training, Cerakoting, gunsmithing work, our own paperwork when we're filing for NFA items. So we really are trying to be one-stop shop here for you guys. So stay tuned for part 4 and our final recap of how it all pans out. Once again, Miguel, thanks, bro.
Right on, Sean.
Excited for this.